And, all right. Jai Baba, folks, we are here today remembering Kitty Davy, and Karen Talbot is going to tell us her story. Let's see, you are muted, Karen.
Audio.
There you go.
Okay, good. Hey, Baba, everyone. This is a quote of Baba's. Your love for me, which is your life, speaks my message to all who come to my center and makes me happy. Keep well and remember you are very dear to me, Kitty. Kitty Davy was born on August 28th, 1891 in London, England. Her parents were John and Helena Davy. She grew up and lived in a Victorian Protestant home. Kitty was the fourth child in a family of 9 siblings. Her brother Herbert Davy told her about Baba. She was also the great niece of the nurse Florence Nightingale. Her father, John William Davy, was born in 1858.
Karen, excuse me. Can you just lower your chin is just a little cut off. Is it possible? No,
Come closer.
you can't. You can't. Oh, I see. You
Is that
can't.
better?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah. But be comfortable. Yeah, I thought
Okay.
you move your screen. Yeah, be comfortable. That's
All
fine.
right. Her mother, Helena, was born in 1860, and really she was a woman ahead of her time. She was a talented musician and a supporter of the arts. She insisted that her daughters have training beyond high school, just in case they ever needed to work. So Kitty chose to teach piano and went to music college. Kitty was a classical pianist who took piano lessons from Gustav Holst, a renowned pianist and composer. She went to America to learn a new method of teaching music. She stayed in New York for 2 years, was a governess. She was able to study piano in Boston and at Carnegie Hall in New York. She learned a new innovative piano technique, the Fletcher method, which she taught when she returned to England. When she was 21 in 1911, she was presented at the court of King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra. And she also was multilingual. She knew French, German, and Italian.
Oh.
Kitty's brother Herbert was a medical student with an interest in spirituality. He wanted a quiet retreat during a school break, so he went to East Challicombe in Devonshire to be with Meredith Starr, who had a spiritual retreat there. Herbert wrote a letter to Kitty about the retreat and urged her to visit. Soon after receiving Herbert's letter, she also visited the retreat. They were there together in July 1931 when a cable arrived announcing Meherabad's intended visit. On September 11th, 1931, Baba arrived at Marseille, France. Kitty was part of a very small group to meet him for the first time at London's Victoria Station. Herbert had made arrangements for Baba to stay at their parents' home at 32 Russell Road in Kensington, London. Shortly after Kitty first met Baba, and this was in the film that Betty just showed, he asked her what she wanted, and she said without thinking, an increased capacity to love and increased opportunities for service, and yes, spontaneous goodness. Baba replied, "You will have all in a few days." When Baba returned to England in 1932, he mainly stayed again at her family home. In 1933, Baba invited 10 devotees from England and America to India for 6 months, but they stayed only 3 weeks. Kitty was one of them. There they met the Eastern women Mandali, Mera, Mani, Naja, Khorshid, and Valu. Kitty traveled with Baba on his subsequent visits to England and Europe in 1934 1935. In 1936, Kitty, with others, returned to India to be with Baba. And that's when they went to stay in Nasik. Kitty wrote, that same evening began the most treasured period, lasting over 15 years, until 1952 with Baba and his Eastern group of women disciples. First in the ashram on Meherabad Hill, later in places which Baba took us to in India. Kitty stayed in Panchgani with Baba and the other women. When he traveled there, she was busy in the kitchen and with correspondence. She corresponded primarily with Arain Billow and also Helen Dom. In 1938, she joined Baba and up to 30 women disciples as they traveled throughout India and Ceylon in the special blue bus built to accommodate 16 passengers. During the blue bus years, Kitty taught Mara to play the piano, and she also taught Mani and Katie how to type and take shorthand, which became very helpful to Mani and also to Katie. They used these skills in their work world. Mani writing letters and correspondence for Baba, Katie at the Japanese embassy. During Baba's new life phase, Kitty and Rano were given the opportunity to either return to their respective countries or remain in India. They chose to remain in India because they wanted to be as close to Baba as possible. Baba sent them to live in Bombay with Meherji Karkaria, his wife Homai, and their 2 daughters, and to earn a living. Meherji's wife, Homai, suggested they contact their daughter's high school principal at Queen Mary High School for Girls in Bombay. Miss Groom, the principal, immediately hired Kitty. Kitty decided to teach English rather than piano. She was so conscientious that she worked overtime to ensure that her students acquired a thorough knowledge of English. Rana was hired part-time to teach drawing and painting. Unexpectedly, on July 7th, 1950, Baba called them for a visit if they could come if they could keep their jobs on their return. Without question, Miss Groom agreed to their request. They joined the women mandali in Satara and stayed for 1 month. They were in Satara on October 16th, 1950, when Baba stepped out of the new life into the old life for 4 hours, and he conducted the men's meeting at that time. Baba invited Kitty and Rano again to join him in Andhra State. Once more, Miss Groom permitted them to leave. They ended up staying with Baba and not returning to teach. But they did go back to just give 2 months to finish up. So on their last day of teaching, the students came with garlands and flowers for Kitty and Rano. Miss Groom felt that Kitty and Rano had changed the school atmosphere for the better. Imagine having them as teachers. In April of 1952, Baba left India with several of the men and women Monthly members to fly to America to inaugurate the Meher Center. Kitty was one who traveled with them for the first visit. On May 20th, after visiting the center, they departed in 3 cars to drive to California. Kitty was in the second car. When Meher Baba's accident occurred near Prague, Kitty stayed in Mara and Elizabeth's hospital room to care for them. After the accident, Kitty returned to Myrtle Beach with Baba and those traveling back. She stayed at Yopan Dunes, Elizabeth's family home, where those who were injured recuperated. One day in Yopan Dunes, during his recovery period, Baba asked Kitty, would you be willing to stay behind in Myrtle Beach and not return with us to India, but help Elizabeth? "Why, yes, of course, Baba," Kitty said without hesitation. Baba indicated it would be perhaps for a year until I return. Kitty flew back to India, but then returned to Yopan Dunes. She was to remain in Myrtle Beach at the Meher Center for the rest of her life. Kitty had lived with Baba and his Eastern women for 15 and a half years, and this separation was perhaps the most difficult thing she had to do for her beloved. During these years, Kitty and Elizabeth lived at Yopan Dunes. Then Elizabeth built Delruba, which was at that time called the gateway to Baba's house on the Meher Center. Kitty worked tirelessly while living at Yopan Dunes and then Delruba. Baba's sister Mani wrote and sent out 82 family letters. Kitty received these letters. She photocopied each one and then sent them all to Baba group heads throughout America. Then the group leaders disseminated the family letters to their members. This is all about the Saroja Library at the center. In 1955, Kitty wrote, "One of my dreams for the Meher Center was a library of materials by and about Baba." She gradually began collecting books, pamphlets, and other material for a future library. Elizabeth set aside a book room for Kitty.
Karen, you've muted yourself accidentally. You need to go back about one sentence.
We're at the Saroja Library, and Elizabeth has set aside a book room for Kitty in Pine Lodge, and also there was space in the studio on the center. There were a lot of materials. This wasn't convenient for center guests or for center staff. Throughout the years, Kitty cared for Ruth White, who lived to be 100. In a letter written to Mani, Kitty wrote, "Ruth White is wonderful for her vitality. I think she must have a superb nervous system. I shudder to think what mine would be if I lived to be 90. Of course, she lived to be 100. Ruth White wanted to pay Kitty for caring for her. Kitty refused any payment whatsoever. Then Ruth had an idea. She discovered that for many years, Kitty dreamed of a real library for the center. So Ruth White wrote to Baba, asking him if she might donate funds to build a library for the center in appreciation of all the years Kitty had given her. Baba gave his approval and blessing to this idea with the condition that the library be named the Saroja Library. And that's how it got its name, Kitty's Persian name, Saroja. On the eve of Silence Day, July 9th, 1967, the library was dedicated in a ceremony and was ready for use. In 1962, at the East West Gathering, Kitty wrote, I remember when it was my turn to come to Baba's chair. I asked Baba if I would be returning to India to stay with him because that's what she'd always wanted. I knew then, and I think that others too felt that we were not going to see Baba again. In fact, Baba did say to one that we wouldn't see him again. Then Kitty wrote, I think I would admit this was the saddest day of my life, the sadness of realizing that I was definitely to return to the center and wholeheartedly make my home in the West. Until 1962, there had still remained the glimmer of hope that one day Baba would call and I would return to India to live once again in close proximity to his physical presence. Kitty was involved in spreading Baba's message at the 1964 New York World's Fair that also continued to 1965. She had family in Montreal, Canada, so Baba approved of her establishing a Baba booth at the 1967 Montreal Expo to distribute information on him. In the late 1960s and afterwards, many young people came to the Meher Center wanting to learn more about Baba. Kitty gave tirelessly to each visitor to the center, offering practical and spiritual advice with loving kindness. She was much loved and always available to those who visited the Meher Center or moved to Myrtle Beach to live near the Meher Center. Kitty lived and worked there until her death at age 100 on December 3rd, 1991. Kitty was loved by all. Her tomb shrine is to the left of Mara's tomb shrine at Baba's Samadhi. The following is a cable sent from India on December 3rd, 1991. We salute our precious Kitty, Saroja, the oldest disciple of the Ancient One. Her lotus pure reflection of beloved Baba's love will continue to shine at his home in the West and in the hearts and lives of his many lovers who are enriched by the example of her love for her beloved Lord and Master, Avatar Meher Baba. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai, Mani and all Meherabad family. What Katie said about Baba. Your love brought me to you, your love has kept me with you, and your love will bind me with you till the end. What Mani said, what we miss, dear Kitty, is your ready sympathy, encouragement, and enthusiasm at any and all times. Kitty, who is the epitome of enthusiasm, said, enthusiasm was being alive with God. And I'm going to finish with this last birthday greeting the women Mandali gave to Kitty. On this happy birthday, our one and only Kitty Bai, we send you a huge bouquet of love with flowers for all. The hours of your selfless service and loving, cheerful companionship with Baba's embrace. Mera Mani Naja Go Rano Goher and Meru. Jai Baba.
Mm, that was beautiful, very touching. Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Jai Baba.
Okay, now I will find the next video recording. All right, yeah. So now we're at the sharing part of our meeting. So I don't know if anybody has any thought or experiences to share. Okay, may call.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, just looking at these two videos, it's just amazing because you get her, it's so alive. I mean, she comes so alive. Now, the first one, she was so quick. She had this such a quick mind. She's speaking so quickly. I can see her mind working so fast. And the love, of course. And the second one, just her beauty, being at 80, that quite ripe age, and she's so young in her looks. And there are two Virgos sitting one next to the other because he's also a Virgo. And he is younger than her. I made the calculation that he's about 10 years younger than her. So they're both very ripe in age, but she is also, getting very fine. Oh, it's such a heartbreak that she had to keep away from being next to her beloved. It is a heartbreak, although, she said, well, promise me you'll be with me and everything. It's a heartbreak.
Imagine.
So
Yeah.
she really came through in those two ones, but Cassie will probably tell us more since she has spent so much time with her and written that beautiful book. And yeah.
Well, Kathy, I think that was your intro. I wonder if you might share anything that comes to your mind.
Yeah. So I
to say thank you for this opportunity to be together remembering Kitty, and she was such a gift to all of us. And I guess as I get older, I feel more and more thankful for the opportunity Baba gave me to work there for 12 years, and just seeing her speaking, it's just overwhelming,
Uh,
how amazing she was. Recently, I was trying to find a passage in my, I kept diaries and
yeah.
put a book together. Uh, I was trying to find the entry that I wasn't able to find yet, but I I would love to share it because Kitty talked about selfless service, and of course we know she was the epitome of that. And one day I was so overwhelmed with her selflessness and had read that Erich had sort of stalked Baba, sort of trying to find Baba any imperfections. So I thought, well, I'll do that with Kitty. So I kind of psychically stalked her all day as I did this and that. And she asked me to make the meal or make the beds or whatever she said. And by the end of the day, I was just completely overwhelmed with her complete selfless service to Baba and to all of us. I really could not find one moment of self focus.
Did
I
she
mean,
wear you out? Did she wear you out?
yeah, I definitely know that that was the case. Yeah, she was, but she had such tremendous energy, as you probably know. She had been worried about only her 4 hours of sleep a night, and she asked Baba, and he said, you don't need more than 4 hours of sleep. And often when I would come in from teaching my music classes and I would sort of appear at the house either after teaching or after Elizabeth passed, my friend Lois and I took turns staying with her at night for a number of years. And I would sort of drag my 35-year-old body into the house, and she would be, oh, you look a bit tired. And she was like 98 or something at the time. And then I said, Kitty, how do you do it? She says, I don't remember feeling tired until I was 60 or 70. And one day, as I was looking through the book the other day for the stalking Kitty passage, she said, yes, yes. She was 93 at the time. She says, yes, yes, one doesn't really have the same energy at 93 that one has at 83. Oh my God. Anyway, she was an incredible role model, and I'm so thankful. Uh, if I just tend to love, could I read one passage about pleasing Baba?
Please, yeah.
Okay,
Can you speak up just a little?
okay. Can you, is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, so I went with Kitty to the Southeast Gathering one year, and Ward Parks was there as the main speaker, and he was giving a workshop, and she went to Ward's workshop. um, I mean, I'm thinking of another funny story, but I better keep going here. Okay. After the workshop was going on for a while, someone asked Kitty if she felt she had reached that point of love that we had been discussing, of finding love for everyone and everything, that omnipresent praise and awareness of Baba and his love in all things at all times. She really took that in very intimate question deeply into her being. She didn't answer for a long time, and everyone was very quiet. She stammered that she had never really thought about that before. Then, thinking very deeply, she slowly said, I don't really know. All I know is that I am always trying to please Baba, to think what would please him. Her answer was so honest, so simple, so uncosmic and unmystical. It revealed to me the essence of the nature of the spiritual life. Kitty really isn't feeling inundated with bliss and universal waves of love, and then in parentheses, well, maybe at times, who knows, close quote. But she is just always, always putting Baba first. She is thinking of what would please Baba constantly, constantly. It really affected me on a deep level. She is so service oriented, not really thinking about feeling bliss or love in rapt meditation. It is just caring and trying to please Baba and make Baba happy. She went on to say how important and how beautiful the word please is, how it is very necessary and desirable to try in our lives to please Baba and make him happy. She said Baba would never say thank you to something one of his lovers had done for him. He would only say he was pleased with one's love or was pleased with what one had done.
Wow. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I know you had quite a few years there of service. Yes, is that how long were you at Dilruba?
Yeah, I was there for 12 years.
Wow.
I came in 79 and had a year and a half with Elizabeth before she passed. And then Kitty didn't pass until December of 91. So, all that rest of the time was kitty time. But
And
again,
also Margaret, no, also Margaret.
and Margaret, yes. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, special.
Yeah. Margaret was very helpful to me because when I first came, I thought I was going to stay there and be a gopi and remain single and take care of the ladies. And when Margaret came into the Kitty's office and I was looking for something in the office, and she said, "What do you do?" And I very proudly said, "Oh, well, I'm here helping Kitty and Elizabeth." And she looked aghast and upset, and she says, "This isn't nunnery. This is a house filled with old women. You're young, you're vital. Go out and what did you do before you came?" And I said, "I was a music teacher." She says, "Teach your music. Others will hear about Baba through your music teaching. No,
Ah,
this is a nunnery." So she was very helpful to make me realize I didn't need to disappear from the world. Anyway,
Baba.
thank
that's
you
great.
for the chance to share.
We're having a little, we didn't hear that. Your sound is a little, can you repeat that?
Just
Can-
thank you for the opportunity to share
uh,
today.
oh,
Thanks. Okay.
We saw you. We saw you on a video on Mani's last
that's
uh,
right.
partying when she went to Baba just this month. Betty was making a Zoom for Mani, and you were sitting in Mandalay Hall right next to Mani, and she was sitting in Erich's chair, not chair, but what do you call it? The small tabouret that he was sitting on.
Very sad. Yeah. Kathy,
Yeah.
I'll send you a link to that video. You're sitting right there next to mine. Maybe you know which one I'm talking about. Just hardly recognizable.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
no, recognizable. Yeah, though it was so many years ago, recognizable. And Lorraine next to you.
We've all been so lucky. Thank
I
you,
haven't.
Oh,
Lorraine.
absolutely,
Oh my
absolutely.
gosh.
The most lucky people in the world. Yeah.
There's one other cute little clip that Sherry posts it the next to the talking about well with Kitty and then to her 100th birthday. And if you'll just permit me, I can find it in a second and show it to you. It's about 2 minutes long. A
Is it
true.
the spiritual?
It's called A True Friend. It
Mhm.
it's just yeah just a it's a I guess you'd call it a trailer that Sherry R still sells the DVD of is called A True Friend, and this is just a little trailer of it, and I will show you right
I
now.
think I might have been, I had collected spirituals in 2 hours west of here in rural South Carolina. And one of my favorites was called 99, 99, 99 and a half won't do. I'm out there, Lord, I'm trying to reach 100. 99 and a half won't do. So Evelina, the black woman who worked in the kitchen, and I sang it for Kitty, and that's might have been what was on the trailer. I don't know.
Not on the no.
No.
In fact, if you do you think you could conjure up your energy and sing it now? Would you sing it for us?
99, 99, 99 and a half won't do. I'm out here, Lord, trying to make 100. 99 and a half won't do.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh my gosh.
You sang that to Kitty.
We sang that to Kitty on her 99th birthday, I think it was.
How did she react? How did she react to it?
And she loved it. She loved it.
Oh,
Partly because I was singing it with Evelina, who was this wonderful, very dedicated cook who worked for Evelina for many years and had even worked for and cooked for, as she called him, the Baba.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. Mhm,
Oh,
mhm.
Baba.
Oh, I'm glad you put all this in your book. What I'm glad you wrote those memories down here. It's called
Amazing book, Cassie. It's amazing
Uh,
book.
I
I
was
just want to say I
looking at,
look forward to meeting you, Kathy. I'll be at the Northeast Gathering in a few weeks.
oh, good.
Yeah. And
Where,
I'm what's that?
where do you live?
I live in Hell's Kitchen, New York.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Is there some heaven there?
Yes, yes, there is.
Oh, good, good.
It's not quite the same. I know you've probably heard of it before, but it's not as Hell's Kitchen-y as it used to be.
Oh,
It's
good.
it's been gentrified quite a bit.
Oh, good. Okay. So
Right.
you have some
Right. Yeah.
Heaven's Kitchen there too.
And I want to say that I know your stepdaughter quite well. I've been going to her class for about a year, the
Oh,
nothing,
great.
so I know her quite well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I look forward to meeting you.
Thank you.
I'd say your little apartment is a bit of heaven, Robert.
Yeah.
Robert, as you
I-
are here, your play was wonderful. So thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
And great acting was there. Really good.
Thank you.
This is Robert O'Neill.
Oh, hi, Robert O'Neill.
Yeah, I have a play that I did on Baba Zoom a few weeks ago. Oh, it was a month ago, I think now, a month ago. The
Oh,
conscientious
great. Oh,
The
the conscientious what?
thief. Thief. It's about a Baba lover trying his hands at being a thief.
Okay, show us the voice now, just a little bit.
Oh, the voice of the career criminal?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know if I can do it off the top of my
you
head.
can do it. Just a line.
Let me hey, I figures you must be Frankie, right? Anyway, Paul Fusco was supposed to play that part. He says, I don't like being typecast. I don't like this. And I ended up not doing it, so I ended up doing it.
You sound like you're from Hell's Kitchen, that's for sure.
Actually, it's more of a Bronx accent. It's not really.
Oh, okay, okay. Ah,
This is
So
the
Betty, did you find the video?
I have it right here, and it's a couple minutes, so let me show you. Sweet. All right.
A few years ago, I was helping Kitty at Dilruba. Actually, I was trying to keep up with Kitty at Dilruba, which was and still is pretty impossible. And it was a typical day, kind of hectic, the kind of day that both Kitty and Jane are pretty familiar with. Telephones ringing constantly and lots of activity, center guests, new people, visitors, just your typical hectic day at Dilruba. But we had just finished a quick lunch, and Kitty was scurrying from the dining room to her book room, actually her office, In fact, she was carrying her walker so that she could make better time. And I turned to her and I said, Kitty, do you ever wonder what it would be like to lead a normal life? Well, without breaking stride, without skipping a beat, Kitty said, oh, I can answer that. You don't go to a perfect master.
Welcome for this fabulous event tonight in celebration of Kitty's 100th birthday. Goes. Avatar Meherabad Kijay. Kitty Davy's 100 today. Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai. And she's looking much better than you or I.
Isn't that just great?
Was that Jim Meyer?
Yes, he wrote that song. Yep.
She is majestic, really majestic. She looks like a queen there,
Doesn't she?
you
Yeah.
know, like a queen. Wow.
That little DVD is for sale for $10. That's just a little snippet of it at Sherry. But I don't, do we, I, you have to have a DVD player to start with these days. Uh, so yeah, any last thoughts or shares or any? I will make sure that y'all get the link to that first piece. In fact, I can put it right now in the chat. Okay. That'll take another minute. And yeah. Well,
Well, for all the Virgos here, that's a good example of a Virgo. And I know there's some Virgos here who have a birthday tomorrow.
oh, tomorrow?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that would be who?
Marzipan.
Ah, all right. Well, I know. Why don't we can sing happy birthday to Margie. All right, shall we
No, and to Kitty Davy too, because it's her birthday.
All right.
Don't forget, she is the center of this Zoom. Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear Margie and
Kitty.
Kitty. Happy birthday
Birthday to you and to Marzipan tomorrow. Woo!
Thank you so much. Much love to you all.
Happy birthday, Marzipan. We're so glad.
Yeah, there's another Virgo.
Thank you.
Yeah, Marzipan, we love you, darling, and we love Kitty. Kitty, we love you. You are so beautiful. Your presence is still here with us. Your shining service and your love as Virgo is just a trailblazer for our soul.
All right. I'm gonna end the meeting now, and I have all your names. I will send you the link for that first. I'll do it that way rather than in the chat.
Thank you, Bob.
Jai Baba.
Thank you, Cassie, for your prayer.
Avatar, let's do this.
Jai Baba.
Avatar, Mayor Baba.
Meherabad
Jai.
Avatar, Mayor Baba. Jai. Avatar, Mayor
Baba.
Jai. Thank you. Hi, Shilpa.
Jai Baba.
Thank you, Betty, for this Zoom and all. And Kitty for having
I'm
such
glad I was able to
meeting.
make it. Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
Great job, Betty.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Kathy. It's so wonderful to see you have your little stories.
We love Kathy.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, everyone. See you.